Hello, this video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon and my members on YouTube. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. I really appreciate your support. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation. It's an exercise that I do each and every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's now a spot on 5 a.m. on February 13th, 2024, day 307 in my retirement countdown. I make this video to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use the time to think about the last 24 hours and the various challenges and opportunities that I met to prepare for the coming day and to ready myself for death. But I always like to start off with a poem. So today let's read from Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass, his poem titled, oh goodness, that's a long one. Oh, how interesting. It's something called The Roadside. Let's hold off on that. I just realized I'm going into a whole new area of Whitman that I haven't looked at. It might be a giant poem or an epic of some sort. I'll have to think about how I'm going to dissect that. Here's a short one by Edward Thomas called In Memoriam, Easter 1915. Here we go. Was he in the war then? In Memoriam, Easter 1915. The flowers left thick at nightfall in the wood. The Easter tide call into the mind of men. Let's try that again. In Memoriam, and then in parentheses, Easter 1915. The flowers left thick at nightfall in the wood. This Eastertide call into mind the men, now far from home, who, with their sweethearts, should have gathered them, and will do never again. It's a war poem. He's talking about the dead in the woods. Damn. It's like a body blow. I think that's the first of his truly, clearly war poems that I've encountered. Let's mark it real quick. All right. Last night and yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. I did a whole bunch of stuff. Check, right off my list. Was there anything that particularly challenged me? Yesterday kind of like just exists like a blank spot. I know I did something. I went out. I went to the clinic to get my blood work, but I had had a cup of coffee, so they told me I had to wait and do it again. Oh, I listed the motorcycle. That's what I did. A lot of interest in that. I pulled out a full listing in Cycle Trader, made a video to go along with it, and now I've got somebody coming this afternoon to see it, and at least 2 more people on their way to see it, interested. Good. That worked. Hopefully I'll sell the bike. That's about it. Had a good time at the beach yesterday. Good swim. The Good Life. 8 objectives and 35 principles. I'm going to pull out bullseye aim. Whatever's after the bullseye aim. I ran out of pages in my notebook. I have this Going Alone notebook. And I use it to keep my checklists every day. And I've gone all the way through, and then I had to turn around and come back the other way. And now I've reached the last page at the end of the front. So now both sides are completely done. So I don't have more pages. So I'm running a little bit without a guide, so to speak. So what is the principle after the bullseye aim? Sorry. Oh, the uphill climb. Oh, let's just read it. The principle called the uphill climb. Sub-principle, the open ocean swim. I will rise each morning and turn my attention to the uphill grade, to the slope which leads up, to the path which resists my climb, yet yields ever-widening horizons with each step forward. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never willingly go back or even cast a longing backwards glance at the places I've been and have left behind. Another way to look at this is from the perspective of my life by the sea, where sometimes I slip alone into the ocean to swim far out to deep water and then along the shore. I used to do that. I don't do it anymore. Too scared. The water is deep out there, and the waves incessant, pushing me now up and then back and over and across as I make my best line along the distant shore. No matter how the sea might rock or jostle my body, I carry on. I keep swimming. And when a larger wave foils my attempt to take in a breath of air, filling my mouth instead with salt seawater, I only sputter and spit and yet carry on. I swim through the sea with a steady resolve, apathetic to the sea, while nonetheless engaged upon it and within it. This is the uphill and steady climb forward. This is the open ocean swim. I'm very satisfied with that description. The purpose of the remembering the creed every morning is to focus on its value and see if it needs to be tuned in any way. I'm very pleased with that one. That's a finished product. Let's do the rest. The 8 objectives are as follows. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles. To cultivate good emotional reactions. To perform good actions. To recognize my true limits and true opportunities. To do just one thing at a time. And do that thing slowly, deliberately, and carefully. And to keep my balance. The 35 principles now are war, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, nature, pirate ride, maturity, social principle, family, public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born, the feast of offal, distraction, agency, and the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risks, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, script writing, the bullseye, aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, the principle of fun, and being prepared. 35. As for today, I took the day off work. Yumiko did too. We're going to go to stand in line in the Social Security Administration. I have my book ready for a long wait. 2 things we want to do. One, we want to overcome whatever technical problem is inhibiting Yumiko's ability to access her account in the Social Security system online. We want to be able to execute her retirement from overseas, so she needs to have that connection working. 2, we want to ask any last questions we have. Namely, are our affairs in order? And what steps must we take when it comes time? Because we're only 2 years away, a little over 2 years away from being able to begin drawing Social Security benefits. And then we'll have that one, that checkbox checks. Social Security is ready. Pension is ready. Retirement savings are ready. Now we just wait down the clock and dissolve this life. Last question. Am I ready to die? Are my affairs in order? Are my relationships sound? And is my life's work complete? Yes, yes, and yes. So yeah, I can die now without a single backwards glance. I'll stop there. Fast one this morning, under 10 minutes. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never